So I discovered some chat messages between my husband and some lady on Facebook Messenger. Luckily for me, it was Messenger. So I went straight to her profile, searched her profile, and luckily for me, I saw where she went to church. And see, my husband, he goes to work every other weekend. So I decided I was going to visit her church. On the weekend, he was working. I told him I was going to visit a friend's church. That Sunday came. Went to her church. I just wanted to confront her after service. But to my utmost surprise, after the pastor finished preaching, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna call our prayer partners up, and if you need prayer, just come up to them, let them pray with you." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm sitting there, I'm looking, and all of a sudden, I see this chick lined up as one of the prayer partners. I almost broke my leg trying to get to her first. I step on somebody. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta get prayers, girl. Ooh, I've been living in sin. I gotta get up there." So I got up there. Luckily for me, I stood right in front of her. I got her first, and I stared her in the eyes. I was like, "So, you of all people, you gonna lay hands on somebody and pray for them?" She was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "You of all people," meaning you've been sleeping with my husband. She was like, "Your husband?" I said, "Yes, erect. My husband erect. You've been sleeping with my husband erect. You got something to say about that?" Because the messages, everything. I got screenshots of it in my phone right now, and I can even show it to your pastor. She was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. You came here for prayer. Let me pray." I said, "Do you even qualify to pray for somebody?" I'm like, actually, right now, your pastor is looking at us. I said, "Who need prayer right now? You or me? I should be the one praying for you." And I started waving my ring in her face. And I'm like, "See, as for me, my life is sanctified." I don't know about yours, because you're not even just fornicating. You're fornicating on top of that, committing adultery. So why are you standing here, trying to pray for somebody? I'm not trying to judge you, but in a way, I'm just asking you judgmental questions. I'm just asking you questions so that you can think twice about coming up here to stay here and pray for somebody. Does your pastor know what you're doing? Your pastor know what you're doing? And she's confused, and me and her standing there, and I'm the only one, my lips just moving, and her pastor probably wondering why she's not praying for this lady. I was like, as we stand here right now, I think I'm the one who's supposed to pray for you. Because, child, you need deliverance. You shouldn't be the one praying for somebody here. You should be the one coming up here for prayer, because you need to confess your sin. Because, God said in his word, if you confess your sin, he will be faithful and just to forgive your sin and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Your behavior of sleeping with my husband is very unrighteous. And you want to come lay your unrighteous hand, on the wife whose husband you are sleeping with? That's pretty ironic. So pray for me. I actually want to hear what you're going to say. Since you're up here as a prayer partner, go ahead and pray for me. I want to hear what you're going to say specifically for the wife of the man who you're sleeping with. I want to hear. Come on, come on. Come on, lay your filthy hands on me. Lay your sinful and righteous hands on me. I want to hear what you're going to say. She was like, "I don't think I can do that." I was like, "Why not? Why not? What made you think that you are ready to be standing here? You are fit to be standing here to pray. You already feel that you are fit and ready to be standing here to pray. Pray, pray. Actually, I don't want to pray for you. I want you to pray for me. I want to hear what you're going to say." And then her pastor walked down and came and stood next to us. He was like, "Sis, Maria, why aren't you praying for this lady?" And I'm like, "Tell him." And he's like, "Tell me what, ma'am?" Um, I said, "Well, she can't pray for me because I'm the wife of the man who she been sleeping with." And I just showed her all on my phone. I said, "I just show her on my phone proof that she been sleeping with my husband." And I'm wondering what her prayer is going to be like for me, since you don't know that she's doing such thing. And they she was just with my husband this Friday, Pastor, and here she is standing as prayer partners to pray for people. So I, the wife, I hopped up here because I'm kind of curious. After telling her I'm the one whose husband she's sleeping with, I'm kind of curious what kind of prayer she's going to pray for me. Or, Pastor, maybe you need to lay hands on her right now and pray for her, and I will just forgive her. So the pastor was like, "Okay, ma'am, I'm so sorry this is happening. Can you just step away. I said, Pastor, I'm not stepping away until you pray for this woman. If you want, you can lay hands on both of us. You be praying that I forgive us, and then you be praying that God deliver her. I'm not moving, Pastor. You know, everybody is looking right now, so why don't you just pray for the both of us? So the pastor went ahead and prayed for the both of us. When he got done, he said, I want to talk to the both of y'all in my office. We went to the office, and we squashed it there. And I told her, you better not. If I catch anything else going on between you and my husband, I'm going to come back to this church. And I'm not going to be nice the second time around.